Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be providing a long-term market analysis for Bitcoin using the logarithmic regression curves. I've got two charts that I really want to dive into, and I'll be talking about some of my takeaways for Bitcoin into the next few months. So if you guys enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, by the way, feel free to check out our sponsors in the link in the description below. This channel is partnered with FTX.us. It's a great cryptocurrency exchange. So first, let's just talk about these logarithmic curves. I want to focus on the green one first because that is the more important one. This is the accumulation zone for Bitcoin, and this is a logarithmic curve that is fit to data points within the bear markets. And the reason behind doing this is so that we can use a mathematical formula to have a best fit line going through these bear market points and hopefully projecting out a future zone of accumulation for Bitcoin. So that best fit line is this neon green color in the middle. You can see that on either end I do have a buffer because I do like to consider this as more of a zone as opposed to one specific price point. Now today this zone ranges from approximately $17,000 all the way up to around $36,000, with the midline being around 25K. Now the lower regression curve in green is fit to a lot of data points because Bitcoin has historically spent a very long time during these accumulation zones, which is in contrast to the red regression curve on the top, which is only fit to 3 data points, which have been the previous 3 market cycle peaks. Now Bitcoin has moved well within this green regression curve, and we have actually been approaching the lower regression curve, which is the first time something like this has happened ever since March of 2020. Now, my general takeaways with the green regression curve is that anywhere within this is going to be looked back upon as a phenomenal accumulation opportunity. This isn't financial advice, but that is my takeaway from this. And the fact that we have been having a very long period of consolidation here is promising to me because historically, during the last bear markets, we have seen a similar structure play out. And if I just go back here to the 2015 bear market, notice how Bitcoin basically consolidated here from January until August, and it just went sideways. There really wasn't much going on, and Bitcoin really just started to filter out all the noise and gear up for that next major bull market. And then another thing happened right here in 2018. It's a similar structure where Bitcoin just went sideways, it held support, it started consolidating, and then from there it started to make higher highs and reverse this bear market. So I am looking at a very similar structure once again for today, where we do have this accumulation zone ranging from approximately 18 all the way up to around 25K. And we have been within this range for almost 4 months now. So that's very positive to see. If I take a measured move of how long we spent in the previous 2 bear markets, this consolidation zone was approximately 240 days. This one back in 2018 was approximately 150 days. So I do still think that we have some time to go before we really start to reverse this bear market trend. And I would say that in general, the longer we spend consolidating and forming a bigger base, the more bullish that is when we do eventually break out and have some sort of new bull market form. And the reason that is because you get a lot more accumulation, you get a lot more noise being filtered out. And instead of just having a price capitulation where you experience these drastic declines, you also get this time-based capitulation where people really do start to give up on Bitcoin. They assume the narrative of crypto being dead is once again true, and then those people are starting to capitulate when the bull market does kick off, and that's what fuels these rallies. So that's what I'm watching out for Bitcoin into the next few months. And do keep in mind that if we continue to consolidate and hold in this range, that would most likely entail a visit to the lower regression curve, which, by the way, is increasing week over week. So that is going to be a moving target, and that could meet us at the bottom of this range where the support is around $18,000. So now I want to talk about this chart on the bottom. And basically how this chart on the bottom is calculated is by taking the closing price of Bitcoin and dividing it by the midline in green right here. So I'm just going to maximize this panel so we can take a full look at it. And I really do want to focus on the zone in which Bitcoin has been forming bottoms off of for the past 2 bear markets. So you can see that zone outlined in this turquoise color, ranging from approximately 0.75 all the way up to around 0.95. So it's a pretty decent range. And what I want to look at is specifically how this was where Bitcoin formed a longer term bottom and started to reverse the big bear market trend. So again, you can see in 2015, Bitcoin started to hold this area and then eventually reversed, putting in this second lower high, this second peak, which corresponded to the 2017 market cycle high. And then a similar thing happened again in 2018. This is where the bear market bottom occurred, right off of this zone, held support, a retest in March of 2020, although this one was at a lower valuation. Once again, we are within this zone. So to visualize what this represents, let's go back to the logarithmic regression curve. And again, you can see that this time frame where Bitcoin found support off this zone, it corresponded to all of this price action where you can see the Bitcoin closing price basically oscillated back and forth above and below the midline. And a similar thing happened again right here in 2018, the same structure, the same pattern where we went back and forth between the midline. Similar thing right here in 2020, once again, during that March capitulation, we did have a wick down to the lower regression band, but again, you can see that structure has played out in the last 3 accumulation opportunities. It does appear to be happening right now today. So do take that in consideration when looking at this zone. And I would say that, in my opinion, this is going to be looked back upon as a phenomenal accumulation opportunity for Bitcoin. Not financial advice. You have been presented with the charts, so feel free to make your own conclusions. And I encourage you to do so and leave your comments below. By the way, make sure to check out our sponsors once again in the link in the description below over at ftx.us. You can sign up through there or through my referral code SNOWYCrypto and get a 5% discount on exchange fees. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.